Hey everyone, this is Titasha and today I'm back with another podcast on Brains Ki Baat. Now, it has been really wrong from my part that I have not made a lot of reviews and anything on this channel for a long time because my exams were going on. Like I've just finished my exams and I'm like back with it. Today I'm going to review about the BARD of Blood. Now, before I start reviewing about BARD of Blood, I'll just let you know that I have done a book summary review of the entire story of BARD of Blood. The link is in the description box below. You can go and check it out. And other than that, you can go in the channel and just check out the video. So yeah, this one will be the review of episode 1 of BARD of Blood, which I have seen, and it has released on Netflix today at 12:30 p.m. in the afternoon. Link is in the description box below for Netflix. You can just go and stream it right now, or you can just download it in Netflix and whatever. But before you do that, before you see that, just make sure you subscribe to our channel and like this video and watch the video till the end. So yeah, let's get started. So, before I say anything about the episode or the direction or anything on whatsoever about the review of the web series or anything, I'll just tell that what BARD of Blood is all about, and apparently it's just a quick summary of what it is, the story is all about, and also a little about the author who has written this and who is the creator of this. So BARD of Blood is actually a novel written by a 20-year-old student of St. Xavier's, Bombay, Bilal Siddiqui, and he is now currently working with Red Chillies production, and he has been working with them. So this is apparently the production of the Red Chillies Entertainment, and we can see it in the intro, like Gauri Khan is actually producing it, and it is directed by Ribhu Dasgupta. But even though I'm telling that it's adapted from the story of BARD of Blood, you will find a whole lot of difference in the series, because I'll say that I think the series was not a very good interpretation of the book, and I find that the book is better. But it's apparently the thing for everything, right? Like we always think that the Harry Potter books are better than the movies. Game of Thrones books are better than the like the series. Of course, after the 8th season, you will definitely agree about that. And it happened in this case as well. Firstly, I'll just say that the book is very informative, but it was really immature and it was written on a basis of a script. Like, okay, I'm writing it in a way of a script and then submitting it to the production company and get paid for that, for the story and all that. So it basically depended like that. But since he's a 20-year-old and it was his first novel, so we can at least totally understand that that's his way of writing and everything. So yeah, that is the story. I even told this thing in the video where I have explained the story of the BARD of Blood. Link is in the description box below anyway. So yeah, so let's start with the review. Now, in the opening scene, we find that Emraan Hashmi is actually having a very bad nightmare. He's the main protagonist of the story, the Kabir Anand. So yeah, he's having a very bad dream about his friend 5 years before this, the present day, in Balochistan, where he had to abandon his friend to save his life and come back to India and report the intelligence agency about whatever the raid they made and whatever news they had about the operation and everything. So he had to sacrifice his best friend Vikramjit for the mission and made Adonis or Kabir Anand come back to India for the mission and everything. So that is the trauma which Kabir Anand couldn't forget. I'll refer to him as Adonis because the name is kind of cool and it's very short for Kabir Anand. So of course I'll just refer Emraan Hashmi as Adonis over here. So it's kind of cool, So if you think that the code name Adonis is cool, let me know in the comment section below. Anyway, so that's a very big trauma of Adonis, and he takes care of Vikramjit's wife Neeta and his son Sikandar in Bombay. And basically, Neeta, his wife, is going through a lot of mental trauma, whatever happened 5 years back, and she has not yet completely recovered from it, and that is hampering her health very much. Like she fainted and all that, and she hospitalized on the day of Sikandar's birthday. And on the very day, or a few days before that, a few weeks before that, 4 Indian spies were captured in Balochistan for passing intel to the Indian intelligence agency, and they were captured by the Taliban group. The head of the Taliban group is Mullah Shahid, and he is supposed to be some messenger of Allah or something like that. That's what they believe over there. Taliban leader Mullah Shahid, he wanted to execute every Indian spies, but apparently was stopped by Shahzad, who is the Pakistani ISI agent. According to the book, over here they are saying that he's just an employee of the Pakistani government. So he is one of the moles from the Pakistani intel and everything. So yeah, that's what it is. And he asked them not to execute the spies, and he tells them to keep them for a week, because India is going to take steps and they are going to return their Talibans again against the barter of these spies. But they wanted to see something like this, and they led a trap like that. And then the intel went to Sadiq Sheikh, who was actually the second-hand command of the entire intelligence agency under the leadership of Arun Joshi. And the intel came to him, and he said that there is some very important input which came into the hands of these 4 Indian spies, which they were unsuccessful to pass on to the agency. And that's why it's very important to rescue these people on the mission. But apparently we could see that Arun Joshi, who was the head of this entire department, who is the link between the agency and the Prime Minister, didn't pay much heed to this, because they had this India-Chinese conclave or something coming up, which was much more important to them than rescuing these hostages from there. So he didn't pay much heed to it, but there was this encrypted file which came to the agency from Balochistan, and which was not totally completed, but there was a little poster of Happy Diwali in it. So when the intelligence tried to encrypt that, they couldn't find anything related to it. But later on that night, Sadiq Sheikh got a message of the totally encrypted input of whatever the spies were wanting to send. Now, what is that input? We have not known yet until the first episode. And apparently, I'm not going to tell you about how he got the input, because if we tell everything over here, then why would you watch it anyway? But I'm telling more or less a thing about the details and everything over here. So the night he got that, Sadiq Sheikh gets killed, and Kabir Anand, or Adonis, is found in the place of the accident, place of the murder. He has been solving some Sudoku or something over there. So that's what we found over there. Adonis tried to revive some data from Sadiq Sheikh's computer or his phone or anything. But he couldn't retrieve anything from there, because they have confiscated the phone, and the entire factory backup and every data in the computer went missing. So there was no trace of anything, whatever happened, that got Sadiq Sheikh killed. So that was a real bit of a pause. It was the end of the first episode till now. And Kabir was found in the place of murder. So yeah, this is the story from the first episode. In the first episode, we got to know a lot of characters like Sadiq Sheikh and Arun Joshi, Isha Khanna, who is Isha Khanna in the books, and who is not an intelligence person, but apparently a bomb squad lady or whatever. She diffuses bombs or something like that. So she is not a person who is into a desk job, but she is more of a field person. So that's what is showed in the book. But I don't know, the datas have been changed. Probably it's by the author himself. So can't argue on that. And also we have got to learn a lot about how the Taliban things work, and how these terrorist organizations work, and how much they resent and hate us. It's not about only Indians or something. They hate everybody who is against their propaganda. So that's what we found about it, and how perverted and how dangerous these people are. That's all we we saw in this episode or whatever in this. It is very much moving. and apparently the series is pretty much nail biting, which will like keep you in the seat from the one episode. I got to know that because I was very much dying to watch the second episode, and like I was like, ooh, this is really nice. Now that Sadiq Sheikh is killed, now let's see who is the killer and everything. So there are in total 7 episodes. So one episode more or less lasts for 1 hour. So give it a 7-hour sitting and you'll be done with it. Anyway, but it's like keeps you sticked on your place and you will be like, ooh, let's see what happens. Who is the mole? Like Adonis, he had this hunch that whoever sold him and Vikramjit out 5 years back in Balochistan is apparently a mole in the agency. And Arun Joshi was not like in any condition to believe it. And he dishonorably discharged both Vikramjit and Kabir from the service. And Kabir got really angry. And in the language of Sadiq Sheikh, they had a bad blood between them. I am putting like quotes on the bad blood between them, and that's why they parted their ways. But when this hostage situation came up, Sadiq Sheikh couldn't think of anybody except Adonis, because Adonis is the only way that they can like rescue these hostages and bring them back to India. So over here, you are going to find a lot of Shakespearean references and everything about Macbeth, Julius Caesar and everything. In the book, when Sadiq Sheikh was killed, he recited a line from Julius Caesar of how somebody from inside betrayed him. Like, he meant Cassius over there, so because Brutus killed him and everything, all that. So that's how he recited some Julius Caesar lines, which was immediately like recognized by Adonis, and so that's how they came into being. But over here, there are certain differences and changes. What I found is like over there, Vikramjit was a junior officer in the book, but over here to build the chemistry between Adonis and Vikramjit so that he feels the urge to avenge him and everything, and to because of his mental health and everything, whatever is disturbed, that could be cured because Vikramjit was very close to him and he was very close to the family. So that's why they established here that Vikramjit was Adonis's very close friend. He was his best friend. Over here, we find the Sadiq Sheikhs a lot more part what we found in the book. Like in the book, there was this one chapter or one act or something that where only Sadiq Sheikh speaks because he gets like caught and he gets to know who the mole is and everything. Over here, Arun Joshi is actually interrogating Adonis for everything, and he is very much skeptical about Adonis, and he is not listening to Sadiq Sheikh in any way, and he just tries to maintain his reputation and everything. Also, I told you about the normal change in the name from Isha Khan to Isha Khanna and transferring him from the bomb squad to the desk, so that to establish a womanly work for them. And over here, everything, so it was totally a different twists of character and all that. So that's what I found over here. But I'll also say that the book is much better. So please read the book, and once you finish this, you can read the book. It's very small. It's like some 230 pages or something. So you can just read it as well. And if you don't want to read it and you feel like, no, I'm feeling very lazy, so you can, hear my summary on the book. So yeah, that's about the Bard of Blood first episode of what I have seen today, and I'm looking forward to watch the second episode and all the rest of the episodes which are left, and I'll be back with the whole review, of course, so you have to wait for that. And yeah, I've spoken a lot, sorry for that, but I wanted to explain everything in this, and since I'm back, so this can be considered, like I'm back after a long time, maybe a month. So yeah, it will be nice to hear my voice and also listen to this. Anyway, joking. So yeah, this is the review. And if you like this video, give it a big fat thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Let us know in the comment section below, what do you think about the first episode of Bard of Blood? What did you think about it? Bye.